Emma worked at a small bakery cafe near the park where autumn leaves gathered in golden piles. She was 23 and raising her daughter Lily alone after her husband passed away 2 years earlier. Every morning Emma would wake before sunrise to bake fresh bread and pastries. Lily was 4 years old with bright eyes and an imagination that seemed to see beyond what others could. The little girl often talked about her dreams in great detail. One Tuesday morning, Emma brought Lily to the cafe during her shift because the babysitter was sick. Lily sat at a corner table with her coloring books while Emma served customers. The morning was quiet until the door chimed, and a man in a dark coat walked in. He was tall with styled hair and an expensive watch that caught the light. His name was Jonathan Reed, and he owned several technology companies in the city. He had driven this route by accident after taking a wrong turn from a business meeting. Jonathan ordered coffee and sat near the window watching the street outside. He looked tired in a way that money could not fix. Then Lily looked up from her coloring book. She stared at Jonathan with wide eyes, and her crayon fell from her hand. The little girl climbed down from her chair and walked straight toward him. Emma noticed and quickly moved to stop her daughter, but before she could reach them, Lily stood beside Jonathan's table. "Mom, that's the man from my dream," Lily said loudly. The cafe went quiet. Jonathan froze with his coffee cup halfway to his lips. Emma felt her face flush with embarrassment. "Lily, sweetheart, come back to our table," Emma said gently, but Lily did not move. "You were sad in my dream," Lily said to Jonathan. "You were looking for something you lost." Jonathan set down his cup, and his hands trembled slightly. He looked at the little girl and then at Emma. "I'm so sorry," Emma said. "She has a very active imagination." "No," Jonathan said quietly. "Wait." He knelt down to be at eye level with Lily. "What else did you see?" he asked Lily, tilted her head thoughtfully. "You were holding a picture of a little boy," she said, "and you were crying." Jonathan's face went pale. Emma saw tears fill his eyes. He reached into his wallet and pulled out a worn photograph. It showed a young boy with a bright smile. "My son," Jonathan whispered. "He passed away 3 years ago from an illness." The cafe was completely silent now. Other customers watched, but no one spoke. "He wants you to stop being so sad," Lily said simply. "He wants you to remember the happy times." Jonathan covered his face with his hands, and his shoulders shook. Emma knelt beside him and placed a gentle hand on his back. "I'm sorry for your loss," she said softly. They sat together in that moment of shared grief and understanding. After a while, Jonathan composed himself. He thanked Lily and asked if he could come back another day. Emma nodded and gave him a small bag of fresh cookies for free. Jonathan returned the next Tuesday, and the Tuesday after that. He always sat at the same table, by the window. He and Emma began to talk during her breaks. He learned that her husband had died in a car accident. She learned that he had thrown himself into work to forget his pain. Lily would draw pictures for Jonathan, and he would save every 1 month. Passed, and autumn turned to winter. Jonathan started helping Emma with expenses when her oven broke down. He said it was just what friends do, but Emma saw something deeper in his kindness. One snowy evening, Jonathan stayed after closing time to help. Emma clean Lily had fallen asleep on the bench wrapped in Emma's coat. "I haven't felt this at peace in years," Jonathan admitted. "Neither have I," Emma said. They looked at each other and something unspoken passed between them. Not romance exactly, but the recognition of two souls who had survived storms. Maybe that's what your son wanted, Emma said. For you to find peace again? Jonathan smiled for the first time since they met. Maybe that's what your husband wanted too, he replied. They stood together, in the quiet cafe with snow falling outside the windows. Two people who had lost everything learning to live again. And a little girl who had somehow known that broken hearts could help heal each other. Sometimes life brings strangers together in unexpected ways, and sometimes the smallest voices carry the biggest truths. Emma and Jonathan never forgot that first Tuesday morning, the day when a child's dream reminded them both that love does not end with goodbye, it simply changes form and finds new ways to lead us home like this story. Please share it with someone who needs hope today. Subscribe for more heartwarming tales and leave a comment below about a time when an unexpected encounter changed your life.